What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today we have a private group only update. That's right, private group only, but I'm going to let everybody in on the conversations that occur in the private group where you can see what we talk about and some of the picks that we are going over. And I'll even tell you the story about a newcomer who just arrived into the private group that has had some bad luck for the last couple of years, and we're trying to fix that problem so that he can make all of his money back and make a bunch of gains during this fall bull run. Now, let me be clear. I sound like Obama. Let me be clear. This is not financial advice. So anybody who even thinks that I'm a financial advisor, buzz off. All right, there's risk in this whole industry. You could lose your butt. I'm serious. So YouTube, this is not financial advice. We're covering all the bases. I'm just letting people in on what we do in private. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to my private group and then let all of you people listen in on what I'm telling them. Okay, so today in the private group, I was alerting. In fact, this is an alert that they haven't even gotten yet. I haven't typed this one. We're looking at AIXBT, which is one of my favorite AI plays, and it tends to mirror the price of AI16Z. Look what's going on, 14 cents, and we remember this low point that was down here at 6.9 cents. We're on the one-day chart, and the stochastic is bearish. It's pointing down, and we're about to dip into the oversold zone. So private group, you guys know the drill. This is where we buy, down here in the oversold zone. Not financial advice, but this is just what we do. We never, in the private group, buy up here when everybody else does, because then you have to sit and wait for a correction. We buy down here. We buy projects that are solid, that have a good track record, that aren't tremendously risky. Everything's a risk in this space, but of course, we buy down here in the oversold zone. And so once this dips down to the base of this here support and resistance zone, which happens to be at about 9.3 cents, I'm going to start to accumulate. That's me. You do what you want to do. But anyway, private group, heads up on that. We know what it's done before. We know where this one has been. When we scrunch in and look in on the history, we can see that it was up here sitting around $1. Do the math, and you can tell what kind of gains that you can expect. So I'm thinking in the next week or two, this is going to continue to dip down, and it'll probably come back up. Another favorite AI play that I have alerted the private group of just this morning. Micro GPT, and this is a risky play. So this sucker has been way up here at what, 55 cents. Look at the price right now, 0.0012. So it sounds like, oh, well, this thing is dead. But of course, what do we always do? We buy down here in the oversold zone, and we are in the oversold zone solidly right now. Whoops, I need a circle. There we go. This is the zone. We don't buy up here and get stranded and then sit and wait for months or years for the distribution to end and the accumulation consolidation period to start up again. So right now, this product, good God, I can't talk. This project is in accumulation, all right? And y'all know the drill. You have markup, you have distribution, and then you go into accumulation. And then when this price starts to bump up, we have consolidation. We look for that consolidation bump, and then that means we're going to go into the next markup phase. So private group, we take chances. This is a risk. So while it's down here at 0.0012, let's just do the math. If it went to 50 cents, we got, let's just try this out. 55 cents. 001248, where it is right now, 440x. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice. I'm game for a 440x. That's why I'm accumulating it, but do what you want. Not financial advice. Just telling you. Now, the reason why I like it, you go over here to the CoinGecko site and look at the Look at the tokenomics here. You got a billion supply max. You got a billion supply total, and all of it's out there. It's all circulating. And look, we still got respectable volume, 232,000. Look at the dadgum market cap, $1.261 million. 1.2 million, not bad. So that means that, okay, if this project makes it, we would experience a bigger multiplier than the safe projects that we all invest in the private group. You all know what those projects are. Just look at this website real quick. So here's the Micro GPT website. It's live. Grammarly for code. Grammarly for code. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of this. And so when I read through all of this, this is a project that I would use. There's 2 or 3 AI projects that are in the micro cap range that I actually use. I have use for them. I'm going to show you another one here in a minute. So this makes sense to me. This is a workable project that I can use right now to code stuff that I want to put on my website and to make apps, make widgets, do whatever. So you can check that out. And I like taking chances on AI. You know where AI is going. We all know AI is going to pretty much be the entire future of the world. So there's that. But that's why I'm rolling the dice. Now, y'all know that I'm greedy. And so I want the things with the biggest multiplier. I do have safe investments. We know that I'm in Caspa, and I'm going to update the private group on that. And all of you other people can listen to what I have to say about Caspa right now. So that's Micro GPT. Now, here's another one, Sensei. Sensei is sitting here at 0.0012. That's incredible. And we see where it was up here at 1 cent. And so it's at about it's coming off of a 10x. But I think that Sensei has a much greater potential upside. So we had the initial pump, distribution, accumulation, consolidation, bump. See the bump? There's the bump. See what I'm talking about? All right, there's the bump. Consolidation. What happens after the bump? Markup. There it is right there. What happens after markup? Distribution right there. What happens after that? Accumulation right here. What do you see next? Consolidation, bump. We're in it. And we're coming all the way back down to the base. And so that's why I like Sensei. Now, let's look at Sensei real quick. This one's more risky than the last one. But again, this is a project that I'm thinking about spending like $900 on their product. And I'll tell you why. So you got more supply, 10 million. Total supply is 10 million. They only have half of that out and circulating. So they're metering in the remaining of the total supply to keep the project going to fund this thing because they need money to operate. But look at the market cap. It's at 6.7 million. Look at the volume. Volume is at 366,000. So what does this Sensei do? Why do I like it so much? Well, let me show you. Your personalized AI agents. So you can make agents, and one thing that I'm going to probably go ahead and buy is this. Sensei is pioneering digital immortality with an authorized AI autonomous personal replica. So I can make a me, and I can teach it all about me. And then I've got an AI agent based on me, my videos, my talks, my beliefs, my thoughts. And then when I'm dead and gone, my kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids can ask me questions about my life and get advice. And that'll cost you like $1,000. And so I'm going to go ahead and try this out after the bull market peak and make myself an agent and start to develop that so I can clone myself. So that's why I like Sensei. Is it a risk? Yeah. But again, I'm greedy. I want the ones that have huge upside potential. Let's move on, private group. What else was I going to tell you about today? Okay, let me back up to Caspa real quick, because I wanted to let you know that Caspa had broken under 7 cents. It was at 6.9 cents just a few minutes ago. This is great. This is great. And of course, this is my safe bag. I've got 100,000 Caspa. I'm the guy that bought Caspa. I started accumulating at 0.0015. And I was swing trading it. And then I said, okay, no more swing trading it. And I got $400 worth and I sat on it. So that $400 right now is worth $7,000. And I'm thinking that we're going to see a $1 to $5 to $10 Caspa in the next year. Bull market peak, I'll probably sell 80-90% of it, only because I'm hearing that the market might jump up again 6 months after the bull market peak and go into a super cycle. That's where it stretches out for a long time and we stay in a bull market overall, and we don't get the normal blow off top distribution where we give back 99% of the gains on alts and Bitcoin goes down 80 or 90%. So I had decided to start swing trading a small bag of Caspa. I sold 2,000 of it at 12.5 cents and put that into memes, doing the self-lending. If you want to know what that's all about, it's self-DeFi. Scroll back. I shot a video on it. And right now, I'm looking pretty good because what I put that $250 into, it went down, but Caspa went down further, okay? And now I bought back half of the loan at 7.2 cents. So I bought $250 or sold $250 worth. Now I bought back half of that for $73, and once we correct down to maybe 6 cents, I'm gonna buy the other 1,000 back. So that means I sold off $250 worth that I'll be able to get back for roughly, $130. Self-lending, self-DeFi. Go look at the last video, you'll learn all about it. I'm thinking that we could see Caspa touch on this 6 cents, and if it does, that's where I get that other 1,000 and maybe pick up 2,000 more for lending purposes. And then I might just keep accumulating so I can end up with maybe 110, 120,000 Caspa, and then that way I can keep a moon bag after the bull market peak. I'll be doing the reverse DCA as we've been discussing in the private group. Now, we have a newcomer in the private group. Let me get his name here because I forgot it. Shout out to all of the private group. Here he is right here, Strellis. And so what happened was, he's got like 10 grand in crypto, doesn't know how to split it up. Should I sit on USDT for the majority of it and wait, or should I put it into projects? I'm down for the last couple of years, and he's learning about how we do DCA. And DCA, let me tell you again, what we do in the private group, we talk about selling whenever prices are up here. We talk about buying down here. So let's look at the current example. This is where I sold off some of my Caspa. And then it was on this dip, this peak here. So the DCA method means that we wait until Caspa gets down here and oversold. And while it's down there, we just start buying. So you might buy here and it keeps going down. Well, buy again. It keeps going down. Well, buy again right there. So then the average price of these 3 buys is right smack in the middle at about, say, 7.5 cents, because you get started buying at 10 cents. You got more at 7 cents. You got more at 5 cents. And so when you DCA, you don't have to sit there and wait for the absolute bottom, miss it, and then it shoots up. Now, whenever we hit bull market peak and price explodes, we do reverse DCA. So when we start going up into this price discovery period, we start selling off chunks. And so reverse DCA, instead of dollar cost average, it'll be dollar sale price average. So I'll sell a little at this point, sell some more here, sell some more here, and keep selling all the way to the top. 10%, 20% at a time. So then you're not missing the blow off top at the peak. And then when the market goes straight down in the distribution, it's like trying to sell into a falling knife situation where your orders never fill. So that's how we do it. Okay, what else, private group? Let me tell you about a couple other things going on, some memes. Y'all saw the post. I'm talking about Myro. This is a degenerate gamble because the Myro site has still got bugs. Here, let me pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. A lot of people have been stranded by Myro because they're not in the private group and they don't listen to me when I say that you should buy when the stochastic is under the 20 line. They buy whenever Myro jumps up to 40 cents and then they get stranded. But we're correcting that because I got one member, shout out to Skitty Pa, yay! Who is going to do a DCA because he got stranded on Myro. But now it's at 1.8 cents and he can significantly lower his dollar cost average. And yeah, this is risky because you can see here they're not keeping up the website. Let me wait for the error code to pop up. And there it is, transaction fee error. You can't see it on the screen, but it's there. At least the website is there, but they're not maintaining the website. But look at the volume, 2.7 million. Look at the market cap, 18 million. it's still pounding away, guys. It's still there. It's still a very popular project, and I think the community is keeping this sucker going. And so because of that, you know, you look at 44 cents, and now we're down here, and it's still going down further. When it hits a penny, I'm going to start to DCA. I got like a smidgen of Myro, but I'm going to take a chance. I mean, that's just me. You do what you want, not financial advice, but I'll roll the dice. It's a degenerate gamble situation, but I'll buy some because you're looking at a potential, 45x or more if they can just keep the stupid website there and people stay happy and excited about it. And then I will absolutely sell all of this. You know, maybe as soon as it hits the previous all-time high, I'm out. You know, they used to talk about the fact that, it's such a great meme and everything on Solana that it could hit $1. I'm not listening to all that. This stuff is risky. We don't know what could happen. Let's see. What else have I told the private group lately? We're looking at Popcat. It's going to still come down. I should have bought it down here at 13 cents because, again, what we do and teach in our group is buying down here, not up here. So you had a bunch of people that bought Popcat up here at $2, and what do they get to do? Well, they get to sit and wait. So they get to sit and wait until it goes all the way down here to oversold to buy more in DCA, or wait for months for it to go back up and take out the previous all-time high. So we see here that it's dipping down, and I think this is going to continue to go down, and we could revisit at least 20 cents. It could go back down to 15 cents. Jeffrey in the private group is holding Popcat. Yay! So I'm keeping that one, keeping an open mind about Popcat. But Pengu, this one is down to 0.009, and it's still slumping. I should have bought it at 0.003, and I missed out. I was being greedy. But it fit the rule. We were in the oversold zone. So once we get this stochastic down here, I'll look at getting some. Now, what we were all, oops, I need a circle. This is where I'm going to buy it when we're down here in oversold. Learn, guys. We were also talking about Turbo, and then I'm going to end on Toshi. So on Turbo, interesting situation because it is bearish, and I'm expecting Turbo to correct and jump down here maybe to 2 cents or 1.9 cents, but it keeps sticking to this base level 0.0036. So what am I doing? I'm doing the DCA game. So I went ahead and bought, a small bag here, about 20,000 of it there at 0.0036. And then if it continues to go down, then I get another bag at 0.0019. DCA. That's what you do. Okay. Now let's see here. Let me end on Toshi to tell you about the private group and what we did. Now, most of y'all like buying Toshi when it's ripping up here way high. As soon as it did this here, he had a lot of people FOMO in. And I'm like, why do you guys do that? Don't do that. Even though this peak didn't happen up here in the above the 80 line, it was in the middle, but still you're buying into a run. And that's a rule we have in our group. Never buy into a run. If it's going vertical, you're too late. You missed it. Now, you want to know where we were buying Toshi in the private group? We were buying it back here. Everybody in my group has been buying Toshi since like 1.7 cents. I've got, a couple million Toshi. I think, Randy, how many do you have? He's got some ungodly amount, 10, 20 million, 50 million. I don't know. He's got a big bag of it, but none of it is at the current price. So while we're slumping down, we could jump down to 0.004 where I might add, I might add to that bag. But I'm already set. So I don't need to sit here and FOMO on it if it explodes. I'm waiting for it to get down here before I add because we don't buy up here. We don't do that. So we're already set. So I'm in the green on this. I'm way up. And so everything above here is gravy. So Toshi, there's talk of Toshi hitting 10 cents. Who knows? It might. I don't know. It might not make it, but I think it's a pretty solid project because it's on base chain. It's a meme, and Coinbase wants to beef up volume on the base chain. And Toshi, like Brett, which is another one that I just told the group, you need to be thinking about Brett again. Why? Because Brett is slumping, and I think if we get back down here to about 3 cents, I'm going to start to DCA it because Brett is a big base chain project and it has a lot of potential. So anyhow, shout out to all of everyone in the private group. And if you want to join, you can join for 50 to 100 USDT per month. You can be a silver member at 50. You can be a platinum, gold, whatever. I don't remember what I call it. Gold, something at $100 a month. And I actually give a lot more attention, helping out, looking at your portfolio and breaking down your bags and giving strategy, not financial advice though. Okay. And I don't let everyone in. You got to click the link below and send me an email and fill out the form. If you're not able to afford this, I'm not going to let you in. And the people who are in the group, you know, they've got money set aside. They got 10 grand, 100 grand, or a few million if you're like one of the whales in the group, playing with house money. Because this is risky. And then we strategize, we work together, we help each other to get through this so we can maximize taking profits at the bull market peak while swing trading along the way. So click the link, send me an email if you want to be in the group. And you might have to wait another month or so for me to let you in on a free private group analysis, updates, all that good stuff. So you better tick the notification bell, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and post your comments below on the projects you want me to cover. And I'll see you next time. This is Carlton, and I am out.